It is Sunday the 31st of May and it's a glorious day here in West Central Scotland in the UK. And I thought it would be nice just to fit in a little garden update before the end of the month. So let me take you around and just show you a few choice things that are happening in the garden at this point in the year. So let's start off in the tomato grow house, and as you can see, the tomatoes are certainly growing well and we're starting to get some flowers. Actually, they're looking like they might need a little bit of a water because we've had some really warm weather. And in fact, let's see if I can see in here, even although the front is open, it's still 21 degrees in there, so it's still plenty warm. So I've got mostly indeterminate tomatoes, ones that will grow and grow, and there at the back there's a grafted one, this one here, which is called Honeycomb, and the others I've grown from seed. So there's a mix of Gardener's Delight and Yellow Delight. And then I've got this one here, Tomtastic, and this one is sort of a bush type where it's meant to be. So I'm just leaving the suckers to grow. And then there's a little cucumber at the back there. That's a grafted cucumber, mini snack, or I can't quite reach the label, but yeah, it's a small cucumber. And over at this side there is another oh dear, I think we're needing to support that one. This is another grafted one, and I will get that on its support. Also in here we've got some celery, and I've never grown celery before. I'm quite chuffed with this. Hopefully you can see it there. We've got 4 celery there, and there's some carrot. There's a couple of turmeric plants. And then just at the front here, and this is more as defences to stop the chickens getting in, there's a potato here, some garlic, and another potato in a pot of bits and pieces, including a raspberry. So that's really what the tomato grow house is like. But I have tomatoes in other locations in the garden as well, and if I don't get round to showing you them today, I'll definitely show you them in my next garden tour, my June garden tour. But anyway, what is new? What else is new? I'm just turning around here, and I've got these little what are they? She says, these are Blue Lake green beans that we have here. I just put them out yesterday. There's some marigolds there, and here we have 3 of my Russian Giant sunflowers. This will, I'll need to put a better cane on this one, but this is my this is the one I'm going to try and grow the tallest. It's got the best location in the garden, it gets sun for most of the day, and we've got this cane attached to this sort of wooden bit of wood. And I can always add taller canes or whatever to this. So yeah, Russian Giant, we'll feed it and keep it going and see how we get on. I did a video recently about my bean bed, and this is my bean bed. complete with this is like carrot fly prevention mesh, and I've got that round to stop the chickens getting in here, but as well as my Berlotti beans, which are all planted at the bottom of the canes. I also have some turnip, some beetroot and some radish in there, and a couple of peppers actually at either end for good measure. So filled that up and we'll see how we got on there. In this bed here, there's 3 raspberries growing for the first time this year, and I filled out some spaces with some onions, and then I put some snapdragons in there as well, which are just starting to flower. Just a snapdragon mix. And then at the back, a few spare sweet peas, and these are Hilda's mix, and you can see I've got a flower there, which is beautiful. While we're on the subject of sunflowers, here's the main batch of Hilda's mix that I'm growing, and they're about 4 foot tall at the moment, so they're doing well. And in this next trellis planter, these are just some radish which have gone to seed there actually, so I'll just pull them out. But at the back I've got this cucumber, which is Mini Star, and then I've got 2 of what I believe are meant to be climbing courgettes. I had some other climbing courgettes in there, the same batch, but I'd put them out too early and they died, so I'm hoping that these 2 now will do well. And right next to it, my peas these are Douce Provence. They've got flowers on, so hopefully I'll be getting some peas in the not too distant future. I'm starting to get some colour in some of my hanging baskets. This is just some fuchsias and the white flowers. I can't remember what they are, to be fair. I just bought these in a pack from the garden centre. And I'm trying to use as much space as I can do, because I've just jammed with plants. So down here I've got some marigolds, and these marigolds, as well as this for protection from the chickens, we've got this. It's actually called a hosta halo, and I have another video about these hosta halos, which I can I'll put a link to, and these are meant to help prevent slugs, slugs attacking your plants. So the marigolds tend to get attacked by slugs, so I thought I would pop the halo around the marigolds and see how we got on. There's a couple of pots there of gladioli which are just starting to come up. The bog bean, which is this in the pond, is doing really, really well, and we're getting some bog bean flowers now, and they're pretty. And then this is a Roma tomato, a little bush tomato, and this has, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough, but this has some little tomatoes forming on it now, which is exciting. This is an unusual Aquilegia. I've got a number of Aquilegia in the garden, and this is quite an unusual one. It's like a double in a sort of burgundy colour, which is quite pretty. Hello. And there's Beryl just meandering round with me. I've got a few alliums. I've had my alliums in for years actually, so there's only a few left. And there's a couple there. But what is not quite there yet, but it's going to give us a great display, are the Astrantias that I have. And here you can see some flowers starting to form. And this is Astrantia Moulin Rouge, I think. So it gives us a red flower. Oh, and that noise you can sound is a chicken alarm call. So they've obviously seen something. Let's have a look. Hello, what is it? What can you see? Eh? Hello, Hamble. What can you see? This is another Astrantia. This is a white one. I don't know the variety, which is starting to do its thing. And then these lovely red poppies are, well, we've got the first one out. It's beautiful. And a number of other heads ready to give more flowers. Now, Astrantia wise, not Astrantia wise, Aquilegia wise, down here we've got another amazing one. This is a pink outer petals and white inner petals. I think it looks lovely. And there you can see the young flowers there are deep red. It's all a bit too busy in here now. You can see there's some purple Aquilegias as well. There's a nice weed there that I'll just take out, and there's this geranium, perennial geranium, that pops up everywhere. Pretty purple flowers, but oh, it gets everywhere. I put some more of that, or the remaining bit of the carrot fly mesh around this bed, because I had to take this off because it wasn't tall enough for my elephant garlic. So I didn't quite have enough to go around the entire bed, but I've uncovered the elephant garlic. You can see I've got a scape there. So I think it's looking okay. It's looking okay. It got a wee bit squished. So I don't suppose it'll be too long before I harvest. And under here we've still got the overwintering Japanese onions, which are taking their time and actually forming bulbs. So I'm just going to leave them as long as I can get away with. I've also had to open up the Picasso potato bed because, you know, it was spilling out all over. So these are main crop potatoes, so there's a wee bit of time before I think about harvesting these. But yeah, they're looking fine. Some more Aquilegia, some yellow ones this time. Very pretty. And then, of course, we've got the purple Aquilegia, the more common one. And these are sweet peas, which probably need a little water, but they're doing fine, although most of them are growing up the inside of that rather than the outside. So that is going to cause me a problem. The idea was they were going to go up the outside of this so that, you know, it would clothe that with sweet peas. But they've managed to duck under, and I haven't been quick enough to notice. So what I'll probably do is actually take this off, or maybe cut it there so that I can get in any flowers that do appear, because I'm not going to be able to get the flowers further down. Don't. You live and you learn. When I see a lesser spotted colin in the undergrowth there, can you just see him? He's chilling out, trying to get away from some of the sun, although he does like the sun, so he's getting a little heat. He suffers from arthritis, and I think it makes his wee bones feel a bit better. We've got another little magnolia flower. It's had its flowering, but Magnolia Susan has just given me another one, which is pretty. And this flower bed is not quite there yet, but lots going to occur. My first calendula there is tempting me. It'll be opening up shortly, very shortly. This is Thalictrum, which has sort of Aquilegia type foliage, but quite different flowers. Look at those flowers, aren't they beautiful? That's about 5 feet tall, and these lovely white fluffy flowers, and there's lots more to come actually. Here we've got some more peas. These ones are Jaguar. I planted those out a couple of weeks ago and they're starting to grow up. And a lot of potatoes. I've moved some of the potatoes that were here to other parts in the garden because it's getting all a bit concentrated. But I should have a potato reveal coming up soon, because my first lot of potatoes I put in the 7th of March actually, some of my first earlies. I'm hanging off a little bit though, because last year I was a bit disappointed with the yields, so we'll see. Maybe another week or so for those first earlies. See if I can hold off. I'm I'm itching to do a reveal, but we'll hang on, I think. I've just actually planted these out. These are a snap pea called Purple Magnolia. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like. I've never grown them before. Up on the deck there's a few things changed in Tom and I's wooden box. We've got, as well as this little hosta, which is doing really well this year, now I've got it away from the slugs. We've got some more snapdragons, some multicolours there, which are going to be great. I love watching insects jump into the flowers to have a munch. Just the way that they open up the flowers, they can do it. They stand and it opens up, and they go in and they help themselves. These strawberries are looking nice. And then down here I've got some more African marigolds. There's some Rudbeckia there, and there's 4 peppers here. Now I've never really grown peppers outside, and I don't know whether they'll do well or not. These are an orange pepper. I'm just run out of room. The house is full of, all the window ledges are full of peppers and things, so these are going to have to cope out here. If it gets really bad weather-wise, I'll try and fit them into one of the grow houses. It's lovely at the moment, and we've got a few days of really nice weather, so hopefully they'll be fine out just now anyway. And then there's some more Rudbeckia, just 3 little ones there. The usual array of carrots, lettuce and parsley, etc. Still doing okay here. And again, I've got some strawberries, etc. along there doing fine. And then at the back there are some turnips, some lettuce, and the remains of some radish. I've already harvested some of them. That was Saxa. Very nice it was too. And another little Roma tomato. My veg truck is looking super. Slight problem in that these turnip are doing so well. I didn't realise they were going to grow as fast, and I've got some lettuce there that's getting a little bit sheltered. I should take those out and pop them somewhere else. This is a lettuce something of all seasons. What is it? Oh, I don't think I've got a label in. Marvel of Four Seasons, I think it's called. Then we've got some French breakfast radish, little gem lettuce, the chop suey greens, which I'm looking forward to trying, and wasabi rocket. But over here, another newcomer to the deck is this tomato, and I got this, it actually only arrived a couple of days ago. It's a grafted tomato. I think it's Shirley. I was really disappointed though, because it was packaged terribly and actually it has broken. And if I can point it out to you, where is it? I think there, it had actually folded over. So I think it's going to survive. I don't know. What normally happens when they've got a sort of partial break in the stem like that? Do you think I'm on to plums, as they say? We'll see anyway. I'll get back to the nursery and just tell them what has happened. But we'll see. I'm giving it a chance anyway, and it's looking okay. Down here we've got little sunflowers called Big Smile that I sowed as part of my Growing Together series, and they're looking fine. And then we have some more Rudbeckia here, can't remember which one that is, and then a little mix of flowers there, including some nasturtiums. And then here we've got some more sunflowers, looking a little bit wilty at the minute, and these are an unknown variety that I got from China last year, and Debilis mixed. Don't know if there's too many in that pot. I don't think they're going to be very, very big, but hopefully they'll certainly fill the pot with colour. That's the idea. We'll see. Okay, I'll finish up now because it was only meant to be just a little update, and I'll finish off with my Peony Bowl of Beauty. Still not quite flowering, but it won't be too long, and you can see hopefully there's loads and loads of flowers on this. I love this peony. In fact, I love all peonies, but this one has just been so easy to grow. It you know, gives you fantastic flowers, not for a long period of time unfortunately, but when they're here they are just amazing. So as soon as that starts flowering, I'll show you what it looks like. So I think I'll call a halt now. I hope you've enjoyed this little meander around the garden on this lovely warm May afternoon. And yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and click the bell if you want alerted anytime I post any new videos. I really appreciate you watching my videos and commenting and being part of my channel, so thank you very much for that, and I'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.